renowned criminal defense lawyer Roy Black has died.
Black built a reputation of representing high-profile, sometimes controversial clients, from Jeffrey Epstein to Justin Bieber. Local 10's Christian Del Rosa live now with a look back at his legacy and the mark that Roy Black left on the legal community. Christian.
A long list of very notable and, as you said, at times controversial clients. Talk about someone being so relevant, not just here in Miami, certainly in Miami's legal world, but what many people may have not known is also just how relevant he was here at the University of Miami. He was already a legend in life.
He was such a pillar.
South Florida attorney Roy Black dead at 80. Loved ones saying he passed away at his Coral Gables home Monday after battling an illness while still working at his law firm on South Biscayne Boulevard.
He was the heart and soul and the brains of trial lawyers.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, family. Didn't I say last week? It came out my mouth. Last week on the show, I said, don't be surprised. Someone just ends up dead. With all this Epstein stuff going on, someone is just going to be found dead. And here we are. And again, I don't see a lot of people covering this either. But I told you on this show, on this channel, we're going to be covering and bringing a lot of things to the light. And again, we are free thinkers on this channel. I know that, and I don't got nothing against none of y'all. I know some of y'all think this, some of y'all think this, majority of y'all think this. Majority of people want accountability. People, and some of y'all have Epstein fatigue. Y'all tired of all this. Y'all want to just move on. Look, and again, I ain't against you. I'm not against y'all. You know, and that's the best part about this show. And while we holding Trump to a higher standard, a high standard, you know, and there's so much good that has happened in these last 6 months with this administration, you know, but there are some things I think we should have just, you know, the 180 on that things that shouldn't have happened. We shouldn't have sent nobody out there with no binders and, you know, the little things like that. You know, Pam Bondi going on Fox News and taking the draws off, you know, hey, yeah, you know, but we got some breaking news, family. And before we get in, I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, that you're in good spirits, that you got a smile on your face. All I can do is break it to you, you know, and we have some healthy conversations. Keep it real with each other. Let me know how you feel about everything, you know. But I hope y'all are having a great week. It's almost Friday. It's Wednesday, baby. It's almost Friday. I know y'all been working hard. But let's get into it. Let me stop all this talking. I know they say, Rick, sir, please shut the hell up. Let's get into the information. Let's get into it. But Jeffrey Epstein's attorney has died suddenly. Roy Black, the high-powered lawyer who got Epstein a sweetheart deal, is dead at 80 years old. Oh boy. He also defended Rush Limbaugh, Kennedy, Kesley Grammer, BuzzFeed, and Rolls Royce. Another name tied to Epstein, gone. What are the odds? And this is what the internet's saying right now. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna put y'all in full screen mode. Full screen. Here we go. Full screen. Here we go. Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer Roy Black reported dead inside his home, but I'm sure it's just a coincidence. This is what everybody's posting on the internet, y'all. Suicide. Jeffrey Epstein's attorney Roy Black has died, and they posted Hillary Clinton meme. Yeah. Breaking. Famous lawyer who represented Jeffrey Epstein is now dead. Roy Black was one of Jeffrey Epstein's criminal defense attorneys when he was charged with federal sex charges. Palm Beach County State Attorney Barry Kinzer allowed the notorious sex trafficker to plead to misdemeanor charges after allegations of underage girls surfaced. Black was critical in negotiations on the infamous 2008 non-prosecution agreement, which allowed Epstein to plead guilty to lesser state charges. Lawyer also filed a response to a case that the MPA was a violation of the Crime Victims' Rights Act. Florida federal judge ruled that the prosecutors had failed to consult victims while cutting the deal. Roy Black would certainly know a lot about Jeffrey Epstein's clients. The timing of his death is unfortunate. Yeah, and this is Roy Black right here. Roy Black, y'all, dead. And we made a joke about this, and then we also made a joke saying, "Oh, Maxwell is she gonna make it past this week? Is she gonna make it past this week?" We made that joke last week. Is she just all of a sudden gonna show up dead? She's gonna be dead, or was it a suicide? You know, we made that joke last week. And then we said maybe somebody might end up dead. And here we are. And look what they're posting. Epstein's attorney Roy Black was found dead today. And then they have Hillary Clinton, the AI. Roy Black, attorney at law. Oh boy. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's former lawyer Roy Black has passed away at 80 years old. Now, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Be real with me. Jeffrey Epstein's attorney Roy Black has died. Nothing to see here. Please move along. Breaking. Former attorney for Jeffrey Epstein Roy Black has died. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. You just can't make this up.
Well, sometimes controversial clients, from Jeffrey Epstein to Justin Bieber. Local 10's Christian Del Rosa live now with a look back at his legacy and the mark that Roy Black left on the legal community. Christian.
A long list, world, but Roy Black dead at 80. Loved ones saying he passed away at his Coral Gables home Monday after battling an illness while still working at his law firm on South Biscayne Boulevard.
He was
still working at his law firm, and yeah, he was sick, and now he's dead. What do y'all think? And we also have this as well. Check this out. Okay.
Yesterday, my committee moved to make a motion to issue a subpoena, and I'll say today on your show, I'm going to sign that subpoena in a few hours.
In a few hours from now, you'll sign it. And then what happens from there?
Well, she'll be subpoenaed. She's obviously represented by counsel. So the attorneys on the House Oversight Committee will communicate with the attorneys for Maxwell, and we'll see if she's requiring any kind of terms to meet. Obviously, with respect to if she's wanting a pardon or any type of immunity, that's off the table, because I don't think any Republican would support that. She's been convicted of some very serious crimes, and she's going to have to be held accountable for those crimes. But she has said publicly she wants to talk, so we're going to hopefully have an opportunity to let her talk. And this will be a deposition that will be conducted by the Republicans and Democrats on the Oversight Committee. We have staff attorneys that are skilled and experienced in depositions, so they'll take the lead, but obviously other members will be welcome to attend, and I'm sure we'll have to do this deposition in the prison where she is.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Dropping the bombshells on CNN. Subpoena, subpoena, subpoena. If she's wanting a pardon of any type of immunity, that's off the table, because I don't think any Republican would support that.
Yesterday, my committee.
Oh boy. Get into this little quick video. I seen Kyle reported on it as well at Explain America. But boy, this is crazy. And I see people in the comments saying, them patrons in the comments, they keeping it real now. Everyone involved in the Epstein is dropping like flies. At least he was 80 years old. But Maxwell is a dead woman walking. Sounds like Hillary. Something's fishy. This would make Hillary considered a serial killer. Hey man, but y'all know a lot of people, and also seen people also saying that at 80 years old and him seeing everything play out, and this is happening, the Trump administration is doing this and that. Hey, it might have put him under a lot of pressure, a lot on his heart, a lot on his body, and woof, maybe a natural death, But it's crazy. We were just saying, man, somebody might end up dead in the next week or 2 or 3 months or so. We just said that last week, and now we have this. Hey, family, but let's check this out. Let's see what he's talking about.
Jeffrey Epstein's most powerful lawyers has just been found dead, and there are chilling new details. But before we get into this support for common sense journalism, Roy Black, one of Jeffrey Epstein's key criminal defense attorneys, is dead at the age of 80. The timing of his death has raised serious questions, especially given the renewed pressure on Epstein's network and the explosive legal movements now underway. Let me explain. Roy Black was no ordinary attorney. He was a legal giant who defended some of the biggest names in America. Not just Epstein, but William Kennedy Smith, Justin Bieber, Rush Limbaugh, and of course, we are talking about Jeffrey Epstein. In 2008, Black helped negotiate the infamous non-prosecution agreement that let Epstein off the hook for what should have been federal sex trafficking charges. Instead, Epstein got a slap on the wrist, state-level misdemeanor charges, and a sweetheart jail deal. That agreement and Black's role in defending it against victims' rights claims has been under scrutiny ever since. In fact, a federal judge ruled that he violated the Criminal Victims' Rights Act by failing to even inform Epstein's victims before cutting that deal. In short, Roy Black knew where the bodies were buried. If anyone had knowledge about Epstein's powerful friends or the legal cover-up surrounding them, it was him. His death, confirmed by his wife Leah Black and his colleagues, was reportedly due to an undisclosed illness. He passed away at his home in Coral Gables, Florida. His law partner called him the greatest criminal lawyer of our generation. Now, no foul play has been officially alleged, but the timing is impossible to ignore. Here is why. This comes just as the Epstein case is surging back into the headlines. The Trump DOJ is pushing to unseal grand jury documents tied to both Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell herself is reportedly in direct talks with the DOJ and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche about testifying. The House Oversight Committee just voted to subpoena Maxwell with plans to depose her behind closed doors.
Yep, just
and now, her brother says Ghislaine is at great risk in prison and believes Epstein may have been murdered, not suicidal. That's right, Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted sex trafficker who knows the full scope of Epstein's black book, fears for her safety and believes Epstein was silenced. And now the lawyer who helped protect Epstein's secrets and negotiated the plea deal that kept them buried is gone. Yes, Roy Black was 80 years old, and people die. But when powerful players start lining up to talk and others start dropping, it raises eyebrows.
Yep.
Let's not forget what happened to one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre. She said online multiple times that she was not suicidal. She was not going to kill herself, and that if she died under mysterious circumstances, well, we all know what happened.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
And she got in an accident months before she finally died, and people are calling it a suicide. So, what really happened? It's still a mystery, months later. Especially now, the government is under intense pressure from both sides to finally release the Epstein files. We have questions. Let's be honest, the system has worked overtime to cover up the truth about Epstein, and the pressure is building. Whistleblowers are starting to come forward. The courts are reluctantly trying to stop this from happening, but the Trump administration is ostensibly pushing to crack this thing open. Now, Alan Dershowitz, a lawyer for Epstein, also told the press, quote, "She's going to make a deal. That's how it works. They make deals with the mafia, and they'll make a deal with her," unquote. And if she talks, it could be devastating. Powerful politicians, billionaires, celebrities, royalty. If the Epstein network is exposed, the fallout could be global. Roy Black's death may be natural, but it adds another chilling layer to a case already soaked in mystery, corruption, and silence. This has been Kyle Becker with Explain America.
You shut up, the Kyle. I'm just, it's crazy. I don't see so many people on top of this or covering this. And hey, you know, we're here to put everything into the light, man. We're all free thinkers. You know, let me know how you guys feel about this. You know, I know, again, a lot of y'all think this, think that. Majority think this. You know, it's all over the place. Some say we need to just move on. Let this go. Move on. You know. But millions of people in America, billions of people around the world say no, we can't move on. We can't let it go. People want full transparency, accountability, you know. And they're expecting a whole lot from President Trump and this current administration. And hey, the pressure's on. Whether you like it or you like to hear that or not, it's just the truth. But we'll see what plays out from this. Let me know how y'all feel about it. You know, keep it real with me in the comments. I love you guys, man. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day, rest of your week. We are having some big things popping. We're breaking some of the best news. We're having some of the best shows. So don't miss the next video. Don't miss the next show. If you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 500,000. Wow, I just can't even believe that. We've came so far, man. I'm just being myself, spreading love, keeping it real, you know, common sense journalism, you know, just that's it, you know. Not on here doing this and that, you know, just coming on here keeping it real with you guys, man, and covering topics from all over the place. And also, you know, be getting very personal on this channel with my life and just sharing my life with you guys, man, and what I've been through. And I know a lot of y'all have been here from the beginning. Tons have unsubscribed and left and said this and that and called me all kind of names and sellouts and all kind of stuff, you know, but it's okay. You know, that's the life that we live, man. That's the life that we live in. Tons are going to come and go and the real ones are going to stay. You know, but we live in some dark times, man. And all we can do is pray for the best. Live our life, man. Like we live in a very, very fast time travel. And that's why I tell you guys, just be a great human being, man. Spread love. God is love, man. Be a great human being. It don't take much, you know. And we're rooting for this administration. We're rooting for America. We're rooting for accountability, full transparency. We're rooting for and advocating for handcuffs. Somebody to be walked out, especially a disgusting scum, politician, elite, a billionaire, millionaire, trillionaire, you know. We want people held accountable, criminals to be actually walked out in handcuffs. Hey, but I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.